we can make sure our politicians know that as of today, they will start prioritizing items in their budget like we must do with our family budgets. The very first time a politician tells us that the only thing that can be cut is policemen and firemen, we can make an example out of that person by returning them to the private sector. Now, today, Tertium Quids is announcing a grassroots campaign to return the citizens of Virginia to their rightful role as sovereigns and to return our government to the founders' vision of a limited state. In the past, there have been a number of attempts to gain a politician's pledge not to raise taxes. And those attempts have always had limited success for one reason: politicians lie. Politicians are more than happy to take a pledge or endorse whatever issue you want them to endorse because there's no expectation on their part that they're going to honor it. So Tertium Quids today is starting a Raise My Taxes, Lose My Vote campaign. This campaign is different in that we're not asking the politicians to do a thing. Our pledge is for the people. People who understand that it's hard work, not entitlements, that bring success. People who understand that it is savings, not spending, that ensures prosperity. People who understand that it's the entrepreneur, not the bureaucrat, who creates jobs and economic growth. People that understand that it's morally reprehensible to enjoy current benefits while passing the cost of those benefits on to our children and grandchildren. People who understand that we will no longer tolerate intellectually bankrupt politicians whose one-step thinking process always leads them to the conclusion that more government spending and higher taxes are the only answers to every problem. And lastly, people who understand that a nation's wealth is built over many generations, but it can be squandered in a decade. If you're fed up, if you want to leave future generations what past generations have left us, freedom and prosperity, instead of servitude and poverty, then I invite you to pick up one of these bumper stickers before you leave. They're free. There are two requirements. Number one, we want you to put it on your car. And number two, you must not vote for politicians who raise taxes. I hope that you're with me on this. Do you think government's spending too much of your money? Do you think government's borrowing too much? Do you want your children and grandchildren to get stuck with the bills? Do you think government is the solution to all our problems? Do you think government is the problem? Do you think Nancy Pelosi could find her own backside with both hands? This is a good crowd. Good crowd. Will you pledge today to fight for the principles that made this nation a city on the hill for the rest of the world? In closing, I just want to say we know what the founders stood for, and we know what they were willing to risk everything for. The question today is, what do we stand for? As far off the mark as we may seem to be, as out of hand as we may have let things get, I am convinced that history proves that things can change quickly when people coalesce around a body of ideas. Perhaps they only need to coalesce around a sentence and a half. If we wish to be free, if we wish our children to be free, then we need to realize that freedom is not always pretty. It is oftentimes chaotic. Businesses sometimes have to go to bankrupt. Politicians sometimes have to be thrown out of office. But we need to remind ourselves that whatever flavor of utopia we are offered by the political snake oil salesman, that utopian dream is not, was not, and never will be an alternative. As politicians offer to provide your health care, pay for your drugs, educate your children, provide for your retirement, guarantee your wages, plan your investments, you must ask yourself, what is the price you're being asked to pay? And make no mistake about it, that price is freedom itself, which no good man surrenders but with his life. We can do this, people. We can do this. Virginians have done it before. In fact, the last time we led the effort. Let's do it.
Now he's on his way to Richmond to do the same thing for them, ladies and gentlemen, John Taylor. I wanted to